Good morning, gentlemen. In continuance with what we have been discussing, values, morality, and ethics, this is the third in the series. We would today talk about what is ethics. And in this ethics, this topic we'll be discussing in two parts. One part we'll discuss today, and next, what are the different types of ethics we would be talking next day. Okay. So as far as ethics is concerned, gentlemen, how do we define ethics? That is a basic question which comes to our play. And so ethics can be defined as a person. What is ethics? This is nothing but achar vichar that we will talk about. That is achar vichar in art. A person who knows the difference between right and wrong and chooses the right is who is moral. But a person whose morality is reflected in his willingness to do the right thing, even if it's hard or dangerous, is ethical. That's the classical difference between morality and ethics. Ethics are moral values in action that we have already discussed earlier. Being ethical is an imperative because morality protects life and is respectful for others and all others. All others means not only humans and others in the ecology also becomes important. It is a lifestyle that is consistent with mankind's universal values, human equality, and inalienable right to life. Not what has happened just a few days back in Gurgaon. Who we are trying to fool, whom we are trying to kill, are a human being. He may be for any caste, creed, or religion. Is it ethical? So that's the fundamental our fundamental question that we must ask ourselves. As warrior, which I am proud to be part of, have been part of Indian Army for so long, as warrior, it is our duty to be protectors and defenders of the life value, and to perform the unique and difficult mission of taking the lives of those acting immorally against life and, if necessary, to protect the lives of innocent others. And in our case, it is our duty to kill who are our enemies, but not our brothers. When you must kill protecting life, it is still hard, but it is moral. Those who kill those not observant of their narrow relative religious, ethical, ethnic, or criminal values, in other words, kill over relative values, are immoral. A dedication to protecting the life value of self and others and all others makes the ethical warrior different and moral. That is the fundamental difference which we must have to understand. Okay. Now, so why ethics, integrity, and aptitude paper in UPSC? It was not there part of, it was totally interview and the scholar's labor that he was being judged earlier. It was only 2013. Then UPSC GS paper 4 was introduced. They tried to check the attitude, aptitude, emotional intelligence, ethics in public administration, and probity in governance. UPSC hopes to assess the candidate's adherence to the rules in the face of temptation and restrictions. It also hopes to assess a candidate's ability to make decisions despite pressure from the various quarters. Through this paper, UP wishes to eliminate those candidates who do not fit into the picture of an honest and sincere officer for whom duty comes before personal choice and biases. Now, what happens in the Indian Army? As an officer, he has to pass SSB, Services Selection Board. There we have got a social aspect. We call it social adaptability. One of the qualities which is checked is the ability to adapt to the social environment and adjust well with the person and social groups. It involves social intelligence having ability to get along with the superiors, equals, and subordinates, attitude towards others, tact, and adaptability, adjust to various social situations, resilience, and interest in service life. Then some cooperation, attitude to willingly participate in harmony with others in a group, joint effort, and team effort. And finally, sense of responsibility, sense of duty, sense of discipline, adherence to social and moral standards, and self-control. Gentlemen, so this is what is happening in both elite, that IS, Cardin, and all those UPA services, and now in the SSB. Ethics is a major branch of philosophy which encompasses right conduct and good life. It is significantly broader than the common conception of analyzing right and wrong. A central aspect of ethics is the good life, the life worth living, or life that is simply satisfying, which is held by many philosophers to be more important than traditional moral conducts. When you want to, what is the difference between ethics and morals? Ethics is, in ethics, you use your brain, that reasoning ability is involved. Moral, you are adhere to what is described. Okay, this is right, this is wrong, which is decided by the society. Beyond rules, sometimes you have to go beyond rules. Hard and fast rule, where moral, you have to follow the rules. Usually considered universal, but as far as moral is concerned, it is relative to the society and the culture to which we belong to. For the survival of the society and is for the survival of the individual. So that's the classical difference between ethics and morals. Okay. Now, we can explain this with the help of an analogy of a car driver or an automotive engineer. Let's take the case of a car driver and an automotive engineer. The driver knows how to drive a car, but he may not know the engine mechanism or other design principles of the car. However, an automobile engineer is concerned with how the car works and the principles involved. Now, if I connect a above example with ethics and morality, you can see that the following morals is just like driving a car without understanding the working principle of the engine. You are blindly following what is being told. Say, all these rights which are happening, it is what? We are blindly following what are probably not so good teachers or the religious teachers are telling us to do. We follow it. We don't use our brain. But if you follow ethical principle, you would apply your brain to think, why should I kill my brothers? Why should I kill my neighbors? You would be using reasons and analysis, just like an automobile engineer in the example, to understand the situation and act better. The engine starts to create trouble. Engine may be in a position to use the problem-solving approach to probably ensure that car reaches its destination. Similarly, if you are ethical, you would always ensure that society moves in the right direction in spite of the pressure from our peers or the society. So ethics is study of what is right or wrong in human conduct. This is a branch of philosophy which studies moral principles. Hence, ethics is known as the moral philosophy. Many people use the word ethics and morality interchangeably. However, there's a difference between ethics and morality. Simply put, ethics is morals plus reasoning. To have an ethical viewpoint, you should be able to give some reason for it. Yes, ethics is moral philosophy, and philosophy is all about reasoning. For example, you might feel that it is morally wrong to steal, but you have an ethical viewpoint on it. It should be based on some sets of arguments and analysis about why it would be wrong to steal. Say in case of a soldier, we know killing a human is wrong, but he is an enemy. He's going to destroy wrong. He's going to acting against our national interest. He's going to kill so many people. He's going to do lot of disservice to our society. Do they really deserve to exist? Take, for example, Krishna. Krishna has killed so many people. Why? Because it was his ethical duty to kill them, because they didn't deserve to exist in the earth, on the earth. To be immoral, to be moral is all about adhering to what describes by society. But to be ethical, you should figure out what is right by applying some principles and considering all the complexities involved. Clearly, the ethical life is a harder path, Now, so hence, ethics is all about reasoning about how one should act in a given circumstances. So essence of ethics is the study of morality. Essence of ethics, core ethics is to understand those philosophies which guide us in determining what is right or wrong. What are the determinants of ethics? Religion, law, society, individual, knowledge, time, situation. Everything comes into play. What are the consequences of ethics? Is doing good with proper reasoning has many positive consequences, like safeguarding society, feeling good, creating credibility, satisfying basic human needs. However, being unethical, you lose trust. It's a nepotism, corruption, crimes, and so many other things can be related to that. Gentlemen, next series we'll talk about different types of ethics and more on ethics as such. Thanks. Hope it serves the purpose for which I have put this video on. This is primarily for all those aspirants of SSB who would like to join services as an officer. Besides, it is also going to help all people to be a good citizen. Thanks.